Welcome to another episode of Bits by Bacon. I'm your host, Misty with Bacon Realty Group. And today I would like to call this episode Eating at Joe's. Joe is a local 5-star restaurant in downtown LaPorte, Texas. And we have been coming here, my family and I and friends have been coming here for a very long time.
Yeah.
So you came to LaPorte in 2006.
Yes.
Why LaPorte?
When I came back to Texas, I was actually searching for something to invest in and searched for a while. And I stumbled upon LaPorte and I just felt good about this building, this area, the curb appeal, the quadrant, the ability to hit maybe 5-ish cities and more that I can attract from. So I decided to go for it.
That's awesome. I love that. And why, how did you get into the restaurant business? What does
Oh.
that history look like for you?
Well, it was sort of like we're growing. I started out in food, okay? We father had a meat market when we were younger, so working in the meat market from little puppy, and went to the markets with him, learned how to pick out meats, the forms, the fat, everything about it. Then I sort of emigrated into, like, it grew, different areas grew, and it was got into Italian specialties with, like, salamerias, where we make mozzarellas and fresh dry sausages, and all our sausage, plus we made prosciutto. And then that business started growing into, like, meal ready, prepping meals ready for people to take home.
Okay.
So he started that. And then an opportunity came for me to come to Texas and, open a restaurant. I was hungry to get back into business, or get into business, I should say. I got hungry to get into it. And I decided to travel here and it was a barbecue restaurant and opened it up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But let's tell everybody where you're from. You're from New York.
Originally, yes.
Well, what part though?
Brooklyn.
Okay, Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn under the BQE for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my 20s. It was very fun for sure. I rode the subway every day. So you come to LaPorte,
Right.
but this restaurant is a 5-star restaurant around pretty much industrial LaPorte. What was your vision? Did you have one vision and then it morphed into something else, or did you have the vision and you kept going until you reached that vision?
Well, it actually took me a while to decide what kind of concept I wanted to put in the building, because I had bought the building and I sat down here and I just kept staring around at it and wanted to see what it made me feel like. And then I decided to do my mantra became, I want to be what everyone else is not. So, you could have done the easy thing and done, burgers, chicken sandwiches, and, done that avenue,
Right.
But I decided to take it a different step and introduce support to fine dining, music, art, and, just showcase things. And I took the name, the address of the building, which is 101 East Main Street, and turned it into Main 101, where it's like a college course, where I'm a beginning course of where you're going to learn. To do things.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. So that's why I decided to just go this route.
So your menu, you have steak, you have an amazing pizza. I've had the pizza and you can get different toppings. Amazing. And it's not like a Pizza Hut, or it is an amazing pizza. Do you hand toss your dough? Okay.
I don't do.
But your glaze, or because you're not, it's not pasta or tomato sauce.
No, we don't use the sauce. We use basically we're using spinach and mushrooms and some cheeses, mozzarella, parmesan, and some diced tomatoes on it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But if you talk about my other things, it's like what sets us apart from everything is we use nothing but prime meats, everything USDA prime. And I hand select to make sure it's right. And then I go to the fish market, pick out the fish I want. And everything is butchered in house. We don't bring in anything that's already pre-cut.
Got it.
I like to make sure that I control things as far as I can control them. All our sauces we make in-house. There is not one sauce that we have in this restaurant that we buy. All desserts made in-house.
Yes.
As a family.
We're the taste test family. So whenever he has a new dessert or recipe he wants to try, we get the benefit of tasting it. And everything is amazing. My husband, actually, we met here, but he came from Montana and did not like seafood or like fish. He didn't like fish because it was always brought in frozen for however long, and then they fix it. So the first time I had gotten salmon, he's like, oh, that's pretty good. So the next time he wanted to order the salmon and the server said, how would you like it? And he's like, there's more than one way to cook a salmon. He's like,
Yeah.
I want how the chef would cook it.
Mhm.
And he said it was the best salmon he's ever had.
Yeah, thank you.
The
Thank you.
best. The flavor, the texture, just everything was amazing. It was
Yeah.
so flavorful. Literally everything here is amazing. I've had everything on the menu.
Yes, I'll vouch.
What is your favorite thing on the menu?
It's hard. I'm sort of like all over the board, but my go-to is going to be my New York strip.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's mine too.
Yeah.
My mom, though, loves your filet. My dad, he does rotate. He likes your chicken,
Mhm.
and then he'll do the New York strip as well. Yeah, your steaks are so flavorful.
I love the crust. I give it the spice, and then it's an adjustable spice. So if someone says it's too spicy the last time,
Right.
I cut it back. If someone says it's not spicy, I kick it up. But yeah, I just love that flavor.
And my favorite thing is the chicken andouille sausage pasta. It is so wonderful. It's so flavorful, and I feel like you eat it and it never goes away. Like it's just this never-ending pasta dish. It's so amazing. And your bread served hot at the beginning of the meal, and then the servers are constantly just so attentive.
Yeah.
Like that's been instilled in your servers, no matter if they're new or whatever. Like they're wiping the table, they're putting a new napkin down with the glass. My drink is always full, no matter what that is. So a couple of fun questions. At the end of my podcast, I want to ask everybody 2 questions. And I answered this in my first episode myself. But the first question is, what would you tell your 22-year-old self?
My 22-year-old
Yeah.
self? Oof, that's a long time.
And I'll share you what mine was. Mine was, I got my first job at 22 after I graduated college. And I wish that I would have started investing in the company 401k at the time, but also like privately, like in savings or whatever, and then started investing in real estate. First of all, obviously I'm in real estate, but also in like diamonds and gold and like different things. Like pretty much every millionaire, billionaire, they have a diverse portfolio. It's not just stocks and bonds and whatever. Like they have a broad scope of where they're investing money. So those were mine. That and just enjoy life. Make a bucket list and do it now. I do have a bucket list and I cross things off. But I think it took me a little bit to get there.
Right.
But I wish that I would have invested sooner and then enjoyed life more instead of trying to find that job or my career or whatever. Because my degree was radio and television. I was in sales. I've been in sales my whole life. So yeah.
Well, it's hard to know what you want to be at 22. I always knew that I want to be in business. That I did know. And I fought to try and get into business because we had, the meat market for 30 some odd years. But I know I wanted to get into business. So I really didn't care what business I got into. I just wanted a business.
Right.
And then, like you say, it's definitely a matter of appropriating prop funds towards everything that you need them. And then the one thing, that I don't do that I need to do is dedicate more time to self. Because I always want to make sure the customer's having a good experience. I want to make sure the restaurant is correct and right. And that could be, you can allow that to overbear you.
For sure.
Yeah. It's funny. One time I was on a plane and I was flying. I forget where I was going. I think I was going to New York with a family. And I was in this mechanical mode, mechanism stuff, the nuts and bolts of the business.
Right.
And I was trying to come up with creative things for the menu. And I said, I lost my creativity. And then finally I sat back and I said, I'm dedicating so much time for the mechanics that creativity is getting stifled. When I said that, the guy in front of me sort of like jumped up. Like he heard what I said and it sort of affected what was going on in his life also.
Wow.
So it's funny. Here, you have to find that balance. Like you
Right.
said, you have to find that balance. And you have to do it right. Mistakes are okay. But if you don't learn from them and change them and grow from them,
Right.
it's not going to happen. That's the other thing. Like I said, even with the meat market, the way I've seen it grow to larger and larger and larger and more versatile with different things, your restaurant has to be able to navigate also. It's sort of like, I put it that you got to be like a tree. You got to have a strong roots, a strong bark, and then your trunk, and then you go up, and the leaves and the branches have to flow. You have to be able to bend at the top,
Sure.
or else you're going to snap.
Sure. And prime example of that was during COVID.
Yes.
You guys started doing takeout only,
Yeah.
kept up the, demand of the people that were still wanting to have this amazing food. So you did that. You absolutely did that during COVID. That's awesome.
That was a rough time.
It was for everybody.
Forget COVID, forget Ike.
Right. For sure. For sure. Second question is, what do you want to be remembered for?
I don't want to be remembered for. I want what I tell my employees is I want them to give an experience to my guests that when they go somewhere else, they're feeling like they're not getting what they had by me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be the benchmark, I guess, for what where restaurants should be and what customers should deserve and where customers should be treated.
Yes.
I think I want to be remembered for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm.
And I believe you are. I know for our family, we've come for New Year's,
Sure.
birthdays, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day. I've had many birthdays here, and then we had my mom's 60th here. Anyway, you're living that, so that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's good. You get to see your legacy.
I like watching generations come in. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, I had one family that came in. I had the grandmother, the mother, the daughter, and the granddaughter. And
Oh,
to see that multi-generational
yes.
grow,
Yes.
and knowing them all,
Yes.
it's
And to
special.
experience a
Mhm.
5-star restaurant early. My mom and dad, once a year on their anniversary, we would go to Old San Francisco Steakhouse,
Yeah.
which was a fancy restaurant at the time. And so that was once a year we got to experience that. But I feel like kids should experience that sooner. And not that it has to be an everyday thing, although there was a time when my parents and I came almost once a week for
Right.
many months, right?
Right.
But yeah, everybody should experience that.
Yeah, but I feel
And
like
it's,
we're very approachable.
yes.
We don't put guidelines on people. We want you to come in, feel comfortable, experience it, and appreciate it. But we also want you not to feel that we're unapproachable. We're
Right.
very approachable.
Absolutely.
I had one of my friends come in, and now he's a friend, but when he came in, he felt underdressed. This is going back 20 years ago. He was turning around and said, "No, come on in." He said, I don't feel comfortable. You're
You go,
comfortable. Just
yeah.
come in. And now we make a joke about it, how, he's now part of
Yeah.
I guess,
The
the statues.
yeah, I love it. I love it. Well, you'll see people with suits on, but
Oh, yes.
also flip-flops and t-shirt
Yeah.
and shorts. And tell us a little bit about, so you have some entertainment that
Yes.
comes Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night.
Right.
You have a musician or a
Yeah,
guitar
we
player.
do normally what we have as a schedule is, on Thursday, we go from 6 o'clock to close. With Thursday, it's 9 o'clock, Friday, Saturday, it's 10 o'clock. And so we have a saxophonist on Thursday. Friday, I have a guitarist that sings and vocalist. In fact, sometimes he has to leave because he does Disney cruises also.
Mhm.
He's fantastic. And then on Saturdays, I lately I've had a couple of different women singing from that. This lady named Elle, I have Tracy Cooper, and I have another girl called Cindy Perkins. And they're all fantastic female vocalists. And it's a nice soothing feel.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, I love it. We love coming here. It's an amazing restaurant. Thank you for your
Okay.
time today. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Misty.
you allowing me to interview you and share this information so that you get some more customers. Come to 101 Main in LaPorte, Texas, and have the best food
Thank
you've ever experienced.
And go to Misty when you want to sell or buy something.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And remember, everybody loves bacon.
True.
Thanks for hanging out with me on Bits by Bacon. Be sure to follow, leave a review, and send this to that friend who always wants the inside scoop in and around the Houston area. I'll see you next time with more stories, real estate talk, and a little bit of everything in between. And remember, everybody loves bacon.